Amazing. Hi guys.
Hey there, welcome back. I want to make a video series of us playing Five Nights at Freddy.
We do not qualify for ad campaign. Welcome back to Babel. You got Curtis on your shirt today.
I got Curtis on my shirt today, and like most days, honestly, I wear the shirt a lot.
I
His
still
merch
haven't
is
seen it.
it's some of the coziest merch I've ever had, and that's a lot because I have a lot of merch. That's saying a lot.
Yeah. I need to watch his special.
It's pretty much the same show we saw,
Yeah, but I want to watch it again. It's
but
been a minute.
there were a few things different, so I
Okay,
would watch
maybe
it.
I will watch it again. Did he talk about bears in Alabama? Or was that
No,
just our show? Okay,
that was just our show.
there you go. Hi guys, welcome back. I'm Amelia.
I'm Lucy. This is our
It,
third video episode.
yeah, this is coming out in 2 weeks from when we're recording. Right now,
Mhm.
it is Saturday, March 23rd.
Mhm.
Last week it was 70 degrees and sunny. Right now, I am snowed in with half a foot of snow.
Yeah, it's been like that here too. Yesterday it was it felt like summer, and today it's like very rainy, very windy and chilly. So,
I like the winter,
me too.
but I think spring could be nice. I don't know.
I like winter and spring. I'm just dreading summer.
I don't like summer.
I love the activities we do in summer, the things that go on in summer. Weather, no
I don't like
thanks.
any of it. We
I
know summer is my depressed time.
Yeah, I get that way too. I just get very I do feel more depressed in summer than I do winter, but I also do have a lot of fun in summer just because I enjoy being back at home
Yeah.
for summer.
I think it'll be better this summer because I'm used to being away from home, so it won't be as
Mhm.
hard to just like exist here.
Yeah, that's
Um,
true.
but yeah. Anyway, this is a very special
This is a
episode.
super fun episode. So it's sort of like the Larry one. Like you did all the work on this one. You're teaching me something I don't know. So
Yep.
I'm excited to learn.
I am so excited. So I'm really nervous. I'm expecting a lot of backlash for this.
I don't think you'll get much
I'm
backlash. I've already
publicly outing myself on the internet.
That is something to worry about.
Yeah. So, guys, today I am going to be bringing you through the entirety of the 21 Pilots lore. Now, before you close this episode and go write something mean about me, hold your horses. Because you don't have to like their music, you don't have to like them, you don't have to support them to appreciate the craziness of this lore and the amount that they put into it. I spent so many hours going into it, and it is so, it's just so extensive and it's so cool. And the things they got their fans to interact with is really awesome. So we're going to go through all of that. I did make an 82 slide presentation.
So we
And
are doing 82 slides today.
this
We
is
are
gonna
going to be doing
be
82 slides.
this might be a little bit more of a longer one, but that's okay. Um, I also spent 2 hours rewatching videos and live streams and things last night, so I can speak on those. That's further down in the slides. That's in like the 70s and 80s, but we'll get there. But yeah, I'm very excited to talk about this. So first, I'm going to give you guys a little bit of background about me with this topic. My I guess my 8th grade year was when Blurry Face was out, and I mean, if you don't know what I'm talking about, I'll explain all of this. But Blurry Face, their album was out. It was like their big one, and Stressed Out and Ride were the singles on the radio at that time. So I knew of those because they were on like 107.5 The River. That was my
They were
107.5 The River phase. Um,
107.5 The River. I was right there with you, girl.
yes, yes. So like I would hear them, and then I was really good friends with someone at the time who I'm not really good friends with anymore. We'll get to that too. But she absolutely loved them, and I was kind of forced to listen to them and like them like all the time. Like, I keep in mind, this was before any of my mental issues were like being taken care of. So I had a lot of anxiety around like liking stuff that other people thought was cringe or didn't like, but also not liking things that my friends liked because I tended to be left out anyway. So I went along with it. And I mean, obviously, if you're getting into something like that, you're going to get into it naturally. So I did like start to really enjoy it. I would listen. I was like a huge, huge fan. I wouldn't engage in much. Um, Freshman year, I did really like them though. And like listen to the bus every morning. And then my sophomore year of high school, they released Trench, which is where everything gets really crazy. And that was my era of like, I independently am really enjoying what they're doing. And a lot of it is because of this lore that I'm going to talk about because it's really cool. And we know I love cryptic shit. I love stories. I love world building. So I really got into it. And then after that, there was a huge falling out between me and this friend. So I just could not listen to 21 Pilots anymore. I was done. I was like, that was like not appeal. I've rejected it, right? And um, I'll talk to, I go like in and out at one point. We'll talk about that. Um, and then their new era is starting up right now. So I just kind of have like gotten back into it a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
Just because I'm like, wait, this was kind of cool. And I mean, anyone like you listen to music that you really liked when you were younger, like that's gonna make you nostalgic, you know?
Oh,
Like
100%. You're talking to
music,
nostalgia queen over here.
right? Music does not have to be objectively good or like very widely loved for you to listen back on it and enjoy listening to it, you know?
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna leave it at that. We don't judge people's obsessions over here. Leave me alone. This is gonna be a good episode.
Yeah, if
Okay?
there's one thing about Babbel, it's that we don't judge
No.
people's obsessions. Take a look at a few of my videos that I've talked to you guys about Five Nights at Freddy's. I'm in
Yeah.
no position to make fun of anyone, and neither are y'all.
Yeah.
Um, and Amelia, I will say I had a 21 Pilots CD. I was I was rocking with them. I'm not like I don't know anything about the lore,
I'm so
but
excited.
I totally get the draw. Like I know this is
So,
probably smaller scale compared to what you're about to talk about, but like when Harry was doing the whole thing with the Adore You music video and everyone thought he was a part of a cult and they were trying to figure out what was going on, I was so hyped for that. I was
right.
like, "Oh, this is so so cool." So,
And
I
like
totally understand where the draw comes from.
his website with the door and like all the stuff Taylor does.
Yeah.
This, I'm going to be really bold here and say that this kind of outdoes everything any musician has ever done
Oh
cryptic
god,
wise.
that is very bold, but
I
they
think
do
you're going to
seem like
agree with me.
they do seem like cryptic people.
So, my goal with this presentation today is to bring the lore to you guys because I think it's very, very interesting. And these 82 slides are only skimming the surface. Like, you could go look at every single music video and be super nitpicky about all the Easter eggs and every single little, like, they place everything so specifically. And their music videos, they're kind of acting out this world that they're building. You'll see, I'll show you. But you could go super deep and like pick out all of those things. But I really just pulled the biggest things. You can also go back into their lyrics and pick out specific lines. I'm going to do that off the top of my head a little bit, but like by all means, go do that after if you're interested. Um, so yeah, so we're gonna dive in. I'm gonna do my absolute best, but I'm kind of an expert at this point doing all my research for this. I'm like, I know everything now.
You know everything. This girl knows
I
everything
do.
about 21 Pilots. Trust.
Um, I'm very excited. So my goal with this is to give you guys some of the lore and Lucy. I am not asking you to like 21 Pilots. I'm not trying to force you to like anything. But
Gotcha.
I really do think you're going to enjoy this story. And my goal is to make you want to maybe dive in a little bit on your own later because it's really cool.
Okay. That's a pretty
That's my
easy
goal.
goal. I
Yeah.
like I feel like you can achieve that.
Like there's some links and stuff I might give you. Like just go if you're interested, go watch more. Like that could be kind of fun. Also there are some songs I genuinely really like that I may make you listen to, but okay.
Okay.
Also for copyright reasons, Fresh Love the One Direction special did get copyrighted on YouTube when I put it up there because I play literally 5 seconds of Save You Tonight.
I
And
know.
you were like,
Amelia,
"No,
I
don't
said
do that."
stop playing it out loud because
So
we get copyrighted, but
the episode's up. There's just a fraction of it that I think is blocked, so I'm not going to play any like music audio on any of this.
yeah.
But I will be showing some scenes and things. So if you're an audio listener, that's totally fine. We'll describe what's going on. But I worked really hard in this presentation, so you should watch our video. All right, are we ready?
I'm so ready. Let's get into it.
I am so nervous for some reason. Okay, Lucy, you're gonna have to let me know if everything looks okay.
Okay.
And I will not be able to see your face, which really sucks.
That's okay.
So, good, I can point to things. Okay, we are going to jump in now. I'm so
Yay.
excited about this. Okay. So, welcome to the complete 21 Pilots lore, starting from the very, very beginning all the way to now. I will start. There's some theories about the 21 Pilots name. I don't really know where it comes from. I think they thought it sounded cool.
Mhm.
Um, I don't know. I'm not talking about that. Just I'll throw that out there. But
They
we are
heard
going to start
that.
at the very beginning.
They had
So,
that. They heard. Okay.
what?
I was just gonna say they heard that. What's 9 plus 10? They heard that,
21.
and they said 21.
Yeah,
I like
I
that
like it.
number.
First, before I start, I already switched the slide, but Lucy, tell me anything and everything you know about any of this. About them,
Okay.
about lore, about music, anything.
Is it two guys or are there
Yes.
more? There's two guys. Okay. I couldn't tell you their names, but I know, and I couldn't tell you what they look like, but I know there are two guys, and I know like maybe the hit singles, and I know that they have the line through the O.
Hmm.
Um,
Oh man, I didn't do that on here.
and that's pretty much all I know about 21
Okay.
Pilots. So,
All right, that's great. That's a great place to start. So we'll start at the very beginning. They are from Columbus, Ohio. Ohio, like they're very, very proud of being from Ohio, whatever.
mm,
Small Ohio band. So the band was formed in 2009. And
wow.
at that point, it was three guys. So
Okay.
Tyler Joseph, who's up top here,
Okay,
and
you know what?
two.
I have heard the name Tyler Joseph before.
Yep,
Gotcha.
you'll know the other one too. Just give me a second. Um, I'm also going to talk about some of their family stuff, which I don't know if you know or not, but I'm very excited. So Tyler Joseph and two other guys.
Mhm.
I'm not naming the other guys because I don't know their names and they're not really relevant. They independently released 21 Pilots, the self-titled album, in 2009, and Regional at Best, their second album, in 2011.
Okay.
Then the other two band members leave, leaving Tyler Joseph, who's our lead vocalist, as we saw up here, and Josh Dunn, who's on the drums.
Okay.
He's really cool and honestly a really great
So
drummer.
Josh Dunn was not there for the first two albums?
No, I do
Okay.
believe him and Tyler were really, really good friends. And I do know that Josh gave up moving to Nashville and pursuing like a professional drumming career to stay behind and continue with Tyler's project, 21 Pilots,
Wow. Okay.
which great move on his part. Um, so in somewhere in between 2011 and 2013, they signed to a label called Fueled by Ramen, which has signed. There are so many really popular artists in kind of same genres under this label. Paramore, Fall Out Boy, I believe Chloe Moriando's under there.
Mhm.
So lots of cool people signed to this label, and they had their label debut album in 2013,
Okay.
and we will get to that. First, I want to talk about their families, just because this is very interesting. I did not put
Mhm.
pictures, just because we are talking about the lore. But Tyler Joseph is married to his wife and very, very longtime partner, Jenna Joseph. They have two daughters, Rosie and Junie? Question mark. And she's currently pregnant with a baby boy. So he will
Aw.
have a son soon. And their family is very adorable. Josh Dunn is married to Debbie Ryan, aka Jessie.
Oh, yes,
Yes.
I do remember that now. I remember seeing a TikTok about that now. I mean,
Yeah.
like maybe a month ago, maybe, and I just like didn't register it.
Yeah,
Okay,
so
okay,
they have
Debbie
been
Ryan.
together forever, and honestly, like I love watching videos of them. They did like one of their like Vanity Fair house tour or Vogue, whatever, and it's like they are really great together. Also,
Okay, that's
me
cute.
and Oscar forced me to watch Fast X, which is the 10th Fast and Furious movie.
Oh
And
God, have
Josh
you seen
Dunn
any of
and
the
Debbie
others?
no. Josh Dunn and Debbie Ryan have a cameo in it because they
That's
apparently just really love the franchise. And they just popped
okay.
up and we were like, "Huh? What is happening?"
Y'all, we
Anyway,
love these movies.
so that was really
Can
funny.
we be in a clip?
Honestly, great, very sweet guys. There has been some controversy with Tyler just because a lot of the themes in his songs there is some about, and trigger warning for everyone, there's a lot of like very deep mental health stuff going on that I will mention. There's lots of mentions of unaliving,
Mhm.
and there has been some like light controversy about how 21 Pilots at the same time like is basically like don't unalive yourself, but then it also like promotes it. I don't think it
Mm.
necessarily does, but I do understand like where people are coming from. It's kind of like a no reason we were all emo in middle and high school, like listening to some
Yeah.
of it. But there's another thing that happened that I didn't want to talk about because I don't know a lot about it, but in 2020 during Black Lives Matter, um, they, I mean, I think the band, everyone was on social media posting things, and I remember I don't know what else they posted or if they said anything else. I know they apologized, whatever, but Tyler posted a picture of him in like platform boots and just captioned it like using my platform.
Hmm.
And people got really mad about that. I don't know the extent about it. I just wanted to put it out there that like I know no one is perfect. We're still going to talk about
Yeah.
okay, like
I
I
was
feel
honestly
like
when you said that, I was expecting something like extremely racist. So that's
right.
better than I was expecting.
I think people just thought it was insensitive, and I don't know if he had really said anything before then about any of
Yeah.
the issues
No,
happening in the world.
I can totally see how that
Um,
would be
but I'm not
insensitive.
going into the extent at that. You can like these guys or not like these guys, up to you. We're gonna talk about what they've been doing.
Yeah.
That's them. Those are their families. Josh has a golden retriever named Jim Dunn. He's pretty cool. He has an Instagram. Anyway, so that's them and their families. Now we're gonna get into it. This is the album cover. I don't know why it formatted like that instead of the square, but that's okay. And the track
Okay.
list. This was their first self-titled album, 21 Pilots. At the bottom of the track list, you can see Tyler Joseph, Chris Sally maybe, and Nick Thomas.
Hmm.
So those were the original members.
Okay.
Also
I kind of like
myspace.com slash
this.
21 pilots at the bottom of
This
their
like
album.
the different fonts is kind of fun. Number
Hmm.
12 is making me laugh though.
Taxi cab.
That's
I
like
used to
every
write
middle
like
school
that.
girl.
Yeah, I used to write
Every
like
middle
that in
school
fourth
girl
grade.
wants to write like that. She wants her A's like that. No, yeah.
So, so this is their self-titled album.
Okay.
Um, Not my fave, probably very controversial.
Do you have like a
Um,
favorite song off the album or
yeah,
least
and I'll
favorite?
talk about that.
Okay.
This album, and this like kind of goes through most of their albums. Um, but 21 Pilots actually started with a very Christian influence. Um,
Whoa, what?
yeah, they didn't like make outward like Christian music, but there were interviews and stuff where Tyler and Josh both talked about how like they grew up super religious, so like they weren't allowed to have music like the kind they make now and the kind they really like.
Oh,
Like they had to
okay.
hide albums under their bed and stuff.
Oh my God,
Um,
Lane from Gilmore Girls vibes.
Literally. So they had to start. They started very like it was kind of rooted in their Christian beliefs, and then they branched out. But
Yeah.
throughout all their music, it is very conflict of faith. Like it's never
Mhm. Y'all, I don't know if she's here or not. Um, I know last time when we had technical difficulties, it was still recording both sides. So, hi.
Hi,
You're rat.
my app crashed.
You look so scared.
I am. Did we lose all of that?
No, it was still recording me and the screen like the whole time.
Okay,
You're good. We'll just cut that part out.
okay. The screen isn't still showing, is it?
No, I can't
Okay,
see a
good.
screen now.
Okay, God, that that was really scary.
Oh god. I wish you could the way your face froze was so
I
terrified
feel like
and
I'm
then
gonna
you
start
came back in.
crying just because
No, 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 no.
that was really, that
It's
was
going
really
you're doing great. You're doing
scary.
great.
Okay. Okay, you guys, that was like the whole app just crashed. I didn't even realize you were still there. My app just shut off.
I've been chatting away.
Okay, good. Okay. Well, now it's taking forever to upload.
That's okay. I'm still there and I can still see
Perfect.
everything.
So, Christian influence. It's a lot of doubting their faith. Um,
Mm.
Implicit demand for proof, the first song. It's one of my favorites on this album. I really, really like it. Um, that is very much like, are you real? That song
Yeah.
is great. Fall Away makes me
Are
giggle.
you there, God?
It's me, Fiona.
Fiona. That song has been all over my TikTok
It's been
for you
stuck in
page.
my head.
Ay,
Um,
ay, ay.
the second song, Fall Away, makes me giggle because he's like, I don't want to fall away. Um, and that's half of why I can't take this album seriously, is just because, like, it sounds
Yeah.
like he's trying a little bit hard. Also, just very
Mhm.
young voice, you know? Like, it's different.
Yeah. No, I get that. I get that.
Um,
Hey, no like artist or band is gonna have like a well, okay, actually I don't want to say that, but most artists or bands don't have like the album their first try,
right.
you know?
Almost none of them do. Um,
Almost
except
none.
Coldplay, arguably. Anyway, that's another PowerPoint. Um,
Except Miss Phoebe Bridgers
that's
though.
another 82 slides. Wait, we should do a whole one on musicians we think their first album, like, they hit it right off the bat.
But yeah, let's do that. That would be
Okay, that
fun.
would be a really good one. We could go back. Okay, that's fun. Anyway, going back to this, this episode is going to take forever. Jeez. Okay.
Whole
Okay.
time.
So I'm not going to go through the rest of the track list. You can see it. If you're listening, sorry. I am going to point out a few. Addict with a Pen is kind of significant because most of their music is about Tyler's struggles with mental health and creativity and how he views himself and insecurity. And writing and writer's block are themes that come through a lot with his music and his art and what he likes to create. A Car, a Torch, a Death is just something I want to put in your head because this is a motif that may come back. So
Okay.
moving on. Next, we have regional best. So if you try to go listen to regional best anywhere, you can't, and I'm really mad about it. Um,
Oh.
when they signed to Fueled by Ramen, they essentially, I don't know if they signed away the rights to this album or what, but as you'll see on their debut album with the label, it has a lot of these same songs on it. So they have said that Regional Best was kind of like their mixtape. Um, and so they took
Oh.
it down when they put Vessel up and like signed with their label.
So that's why okay, I I recognize Car Radio from this. Is that on their
Yes.
first album with the other?
So
Okay.
Guns for Hands, Holding On to You, Ode to Sleep, Car Radio, and Trees are all
Okay.
on Vessel. The rest of them
Got
are just gone. You can find them on YouTube, like people have bootlegged it, and honestly, I recommend you go listen to it because um Forest, Glowing Eyes, Kitchen Sink, Anathema, Ruby. I love all of those songs so much. Like to this day, I think they are near perfect songs. Really love them.
hmm
So you should go check them out. Um but yeah, so it's really a bummer. Just one day it all disappeared. No one was sure why, but really it just came down to they were starting up um their like professional label era. Um
Yeah.
there are some theories about them removing this album maybe because it's not part of the lore because no one's really sure when they started this storyline that we're going to go through. So there's some
Yeah,
theories,
that could
but
be true.
none of that has really been proven. So moving on, Josh Dunn has joined at this point. This is their first album,
Okay.
Vessel. So,
This this is where I start recognizing the album
okay.
covers.
So these two men are on the left, Josh's grandfather, and on the right, Tyler's grandfather. I
Oh, I
believe,
didn't
I
know that.
probably should have fact checked that. That's just what I've been told my whole 21 Pilots upbringing.
Okay.
So we're going with that.
I believe
We're
you.
going with that. People tell me if I'm wrong, I'm really sorry. Also, I don't know. I don't think she follows me anywhere, but to the friend who I was talking about earlier, hey, if you're here, you are an expert. So if anything's wrong, like tell me, but be nice about it. Anyway, that'd be so funny. Anyway, um, so track list, as you can see, Ode to Sleep, Holding On to You, Car Radio, Trees, Guns for Hands. Those were all on Regional Best. Um, this album did great. Let me see. Every track on this album, at some point, it took them a few years to do this, but every single track received at least gold for certification. And at the
That's
time, it was the
good.
only second album in history to do this, like in all history. 21
Whoa.
Pilots has some crazy
I think
achievements.
I do like underestimate just how like popular they were, especially when we were in middle school.
It's
Just like
it's not even like just popularity. They have truly like hit so many milestones and just gotten so much praise and so many awards and things, which I know doesn't totally matter, but like gold and platinum certificate, and I mean it's at least gold certification. Like a lot of them are platinum. So
yeah.
I mean they did really really well. Um, the main themes in this album, and again the themes kind of carry throughout. Um, insecurity, anxiety, mental health issues, depression, um, unaliving, ideation, and conflict of faith. So that's seen a lot in here. You can see there's a lot of anxiety around putting your art out there and your creativity out there, showing yourself to people, things like that. Ode to Sleep is a bop. So good. I
Okay.
can rap the whole thing. Holding On to You is also really great. Classic. Um, the Run and Go. I really love Screen. I made a Stranger Things edit to Screen once. Um, I have some very
That
deep
is
lore myself.
so freshman year
Oh
you
yeah, it
or
was
sophomore
freshman
year
year
you.
me.
Like that is
It was freshman year.
that's cray
Yeah.
cray.
And then Trees,
Um,
beautiful song.
can I interrupt you for a
Please
second here?
do.
Have you seen all of the Stranger Things behind the scenes of season
I
5?
have, and I'm so excited.
I like can't think about it for too long because I'm actually like I'm so excited, but I
It's
can't
gonna be
I
so good.
if you think I've had trouble finishing shows, wait until you put the final episode of that show in front of
That's
me
not
because I
gonna
will never.
go well. Um,
No. Oh God, no.
but yeah, do you have any comments, questions, observations before I move on?
I just really remember a girl in my grade loving this album and posting about it a lot, and I just remember when we would write essays, she would write
Your
all of
audio went
her.
out.
Oh God.
You there? Okay,
Yes.
there's a
Can you hear me now?
yes, a girl in your grade.
A girl in my grade growing up would like she loved this album and she loved whenever she would write all of her O's would have the little line in between it. And I don't know, this make I always thought she was so cool for liking 21 Pilots. I never really like listened to them, but I always like I was like, "Oh my god, she's so cool."
Yeah. Also notice here there are no dashes through the O's.
True. So that starts
This is
later.
not a symbol yet. Oh, okay. I forgot I put the slide. This is their
Can I tell you some one observation I've made?
yes.
This red and blue lines, it looks like those girls on TikTok who are like, is he leaning towards you or is he leaning away from you when you're sitting straight? That's how you know your boyfriend loves you.
So yes. So I forgot I put this slide up, but it has the themes. And then this logo, I keep forgetting we have audio only listeners. This logo is their very typical logo. It's one line going straight up and down, a dash in the middle, and then a diagonal line on the right. Their logo changes every single album in some way, shape, or form. So this is what they started
Is
with.
it so? Was this logo from the debut album?
So this was from Regional at Best and Vessel. The debut album, they
Okay.
were just 21 Pilots. They didn't have a logo. They didn't have a brand. They didn't really have anything yet.
Do the colors ever change or anything, or is it
Yes.
always blue and red?
No.
Okay, so blue and red was like a regional at best thing.
Yes. Well, you'll notice on the Regional at Best cover, it was a bunch of little boys
I did.
playing baseball, and some were in blue uniforms, some in red. So,
Yeah.
um, I personally don't know the significance of the blue and red. That's just what they started with. Next. Okay. Now
Oh,
notice.
here we
Yes.
go. Here we
So, no,
go.
this isn't even where everything starts yet. But
I know this is where it started for me
I will
though.
start out by saying this is where the lore is theorized to begin. But a lot of
Hmm.
people do claim that maybe it goes back further. And I think they definitely start to bring in references from their very old music back in. I don't know if they necessarily had the lore in mind when they made like their self-titled and Vessel. I don't know if it was developed.
Okay.
But you can
Got
find ties. I mean, you can pretty much find ties to anything. So
Yeah.
this is their album Blurry Face. Um, it is for those listening. It is their album with the black background and the 9 red and white and black patterny circles. It is called Blurry Face. Lucy, do you know anything about this album?
I know the song Stressed Out and Ride and maybe a few others. I didn't even know that this album was called Blurry Face. I just knew that one part from is it from Stressed Out?
Yes.
And I know that there were so many people wearing this t-shirt from Hot Topic and
Yeah.
um this is where the dashes and the O's come in.
Yes.
Okay, that's all I know.
Yeah. So, and we'll talk about that later. But yeah, people started using the dashes. This was the era of like they would wear ski masks at live performances. Um, this was like very emo. Like you're
Yeah.
wearing your choker, you're wearing your 21 Pilot shirt. Like this was really
Yeah.
Vessel was a great album and it did very well, but this is what took off. I'll start with some like non just kind of background. Um, this they won a Grammy. They won a Grammy for Stressed Out. Um, I remember watching that
Wow.
ceremony before I was
I
even a fan.
I do really remember Stressed Out and Ride being like back when I guess my family just listened to the radio so
We
much. We
did
didn't
too,
have Spotify or anything. We were always on that clocked into that radio and Ride and Stressed Out would play like
all the
every other
time.
song.
I
It was like,
remember learning musically dances to Ride,
oh.
like musically.
You know what I miss? I miss having a single come out and it be on the radio for like legit 2 years.
Literally,
We move through music so fast now. I'm
it's
like,
crazy.
can we have a hit that stays a hit for a long
Watermelon
time,
Sugar
please?
was there for a bit, I
That's
will
true.
say.
That's
I still
true.
hear it in the winter on the radio sometimes, and it feels wrong, but that's okay. Um,
I heard it just the other day out
it's
shopping. Maybe
crazy.
music isn't dead.
I need to get that shirt back from my house. Anyway,
Please.
so they won a Grammy for I think it was like best rock performance or something. Sorry guys, I'm not really going crazy with the details. We're here for the lore, okay? But
We're here for the
they
Lord Upper Grammy nomination.
they also won a ton of awards for this album, and this album also every song was at least gold certification, with most of them reaching
Nice.
platinum. So this was another like huge hit. Um, they also released Heathens around this era. I don't know the exact timeline. Um, Also, I believe this is 20. I'm sorry, you guys. I'm so unorganized. I believe this was 2015. There it is. 2015. Heathens came out around this time too. Heathens was a single that was on the Suicide Squad soundtrack. Um,
So that wasn't in this. Okay, I used to go on a walk around the neighborhood when I was in middle school, and Heathens, Ride, and Stressed Out. Trust they were on that
yeah.
playlist.
So
I was walking.
Heathens
So
was
that wasn't on an album.
no completely separate. They did it for Suicide Squad, but it was huge. And then this is just a quote from Wikipedia. The release of Heathens made the group the first alternative artist in history to have two concurrent top five singles in the Billboard Hot 100, and the third rock act in history to have two singles simultaneously chart in the top five of Billboard Hot 100, joining the Beatles and Elvis Presley.
You know how I feel about
That
Elvis. That's
is a
awesome.
crazy feat to me. Like, I
Yeah,
didn't
I do
quite
like
believe
that.
that
It's
was
sick.
real at first. Just because you put anything next to the Beatles, and you know, like, uh,
Never underestimate the determination that depressed kids will have when it comes to their
literally,
music.
literally. So yes, as you mentioned, um, blanking. In Stressed Out, there is a line that's my name's Blurry Face, and I care what you think.
Yeah.
Um, so Blurry Face is not only the album title, it is a character. And this is really
Ooh.
huge. So, songs really quickly. Heavy Dirty Soul and Stressed Out, fairly local. There are many other ones, but those are rooted in the lore, or at least the lore like references, and we'll see
Okay.
that. But Heavy Dirty Soul is huge. And Stressed Out, obviously, they talk about Blurry Face. My favorites are Tear in My Heart, Lane Boy. Lane Boy goes so hard, okay? Doubt also goes really hard. We Don't Believe What's on TV is a classic. Message Man is. I love that song. I rediscovered my love for that song recently. And Hometown. I remember seeing a Stranger Things edit to Hometown that had me crying for a really long time. Um,
Hey, edits will have that effect on
yeah,
you.
so
They're
that is
awesome.
that. Okay, here we're gonna shift. There is a spooky image on the next slide.
Uh
Oh,
oh.
not yet. Logo. I'm sorry, you guys. I can't see.
I'm like bracing myself.
The screen's full screen, so I can't see the order of the slides. Maybe I should pull
Oh,
that up
you're
on my
good.
phone. Okay, so
This is the logo I
yeah, so
know.
this is the logo. It's the same one, circle the lines, but it's white and the line on the uh right is red. Um
Mm-hmm.
the themes in this album, and this is where the themes of their music become really big. Insecurity around writing and creativity, self-doubt, and fear surrounding success and acceptance. This is riddled in every single one of these songs. He talks about singles on the radio, um, and how there's a lyrics like don't trust a perfect person and don't trust a song that's flawless. So he's kind of criticizing like the expectations of the music industry of like putting out perfect things, and how that's not realistic. Um, and then also just like how he judges himself and his work. Um, Also, I will add Josh. Josh is an insane amount for the band, but he just plays drums. Um, so a lot of the songwriting is Tyler.
Okay,
Yeah,
gotcha.
but still okay. Um, Another thing I will mention because this comes back around. In his performances and interviews and appearances during this era, Tyler would have like black paint smudged around his neck and on his hands. And this is kind of a symbol of blurry face holding him back. So here's the
Okay.
little bit of a creepy image. It creeps me out. So on the left, and this is real, this is like not a fan made image. On the left, you see blurry face. So it is the album cover with a face in the background. Um,
Okay.
Blurry Face is a real, like, tangible character in 21 Pilots lore. He's representative of Tyler's insecurity. So it's essentially the idea of like everyone has a blurry face. Like everyone has a version of themselves that doubts them and is so worried about their perception and things like that. Does that
Okay.
make sense? Okay.
Yes.
So Blurryface was a character, and this whole album was kind of about this idea of having a blurry face. Um,
He kind of looks like a little baby.
I know. I think it scares me. I don't know why.
I think It doesn't scare me. It freaks me out in the way that like clusters of things freak me
Yeah,
out.
also like Uncanny Valley. Like
Yeah.
it's just creepy looking. But on the right, you'll see Blurryface had a Twitter page. Um, and he would tweet random things. No one really knew what was going on. But again, it's kind of this creation of a character that is a version, like an evil version of Tyler, kind of that like has control over him. And
Okay.
his creativity and his writing music is kind of his way out. That's why the black on his hands and his neck is kind of representative of like being choked or control over physically him writing and things like that. So that's
Okay.
what that's representative of. And the tweet on the right is just an example of something. It just says, "You never wear blue, never wear blue. Blue is a sign of defeat. Wear it one time on stage as a sign, and I'll stop tormenting your tormented fleet." So it was just kind of to show like Blurryface controlling Tyler. I believe he did wear blue. Um, it was just really creating this world, like set, like kind
Okay.
of showing like 21 Pilots are characters in this other world, kind of, if that makes sense.
Okay.
Obviously, like they are real people, but they're starting to build something. Okay, so as I wrote right here in this document, here's where shit gets absolutely fucking wild.
Okay.
So they go dark after Blurryface to start working on new things. No one hears from them. They're on a hiatus, right?
Okay.
The Blurryface Twitter
Wait,
account gets taken down. Like they're gone.
can I ask
Yes.
when did Blurryface come out again?
2015.
Okay, gotcha. So the year One Direction broke up.
Yes. So, and they rode on this success for a really long time. Like they had it made.
Yeah.
But they go dark, they disappear, no one really hears from them. In April of 2018, a cryptic message was uncovered on the band's web store in a hidden GIF on the Vessel page. So this is a zoomed in version of that GIF that was on the Vessel page. You can't find it anymore. But it says dma.org dot info dash found dash and then it's blank dash Clancy.html.
Okay.
So the world was like, what does this mean? Right?
I'm like when artists do stuff like this, I'm always curious like how did anyone even find that?
Right. Okay, this is where I'm hopping over. I will give full credit to a lot of my sources at the end because 21 Pilots fans,
They
you
go
guys are
crazy.
crazy in the best way because I found like a 50-page document that I am now going to read from. So, I don't know who made it, but I can credit the Reddits and Discords and places I got it from. Okay, so April 2018, April 20th, they found this GIF. Um, and right before the hiatus in like 20 a few years ago after Blurryface era was done, they tweeted, I think it was a picture of an eye and it just said, "You'll have to come find me." So this idea of dash found, people were like, here we go, like something's starting, right?
Something's
So
brewing.
if you try to go to this domain, dma.org.info, just that, this would pop up. Do you want to read it
Okay.
for the people?
Yes, I can already see some weird things. So it's got the classic 404 error, but there's an underscore in between the two R's of the first two R's of error, and it says, "You are in violation. They mustn't know you were here. No one should ever find out about this. You can never tell anyone about this." Two dashes. "For the sake of the other's survival, you must keep this silent. We must keep this silent. No one can know. No one can know. No one can know." There's a bunch of spaces between, like it. The words really start to space out after a while. Um, but there are like random letters capitalized. There's a violation code. There's just like the grammar and the punctuation and the way that they're capitalized is very strange.
Okay, this is purposeful. So if you take the capitalized letters out of this, it spells out east is up.
Okay.
This is important and will come back a lot. The other thing about this message, and if you go to just dmaorg.info, it will bring you to the error page still. I've been keeping really close tabs. This is so embarrassing. Anyway, I mean, stuff is happening. They're putting out new music, so I'll just go back and check every once in a while, and nothing's really changing on this page. So
Okay.
fans found out that if you take this violation code 153986642_14, which this has a couple different meanings, but people found this and put it in the blank spot in the link. So it became dmaorg.info dash found dash this number dash clancy.html.
Mm-hmm.
It brought them to a site that started out with 5 images, nothing else.
Okay.
And there are dates at the top. Here are 2 of the first 5 images, which I'll show all of. On the right, we have a letter from Clancy's journal, from someone named Clancy. And on the right, we just have this picture that says identified as failed perimeter escape by DEMA Council. Vilest code of conduct. What are your thoughts?
Okay. Creepy vibes. The handwriting, it's just like, it very much looks like police document type, like when me and Emilia do murder cases type beat. I can't really see what I see. Clancy, and I see there's writing on the side of the paper, like handwriting.
Yep. So if there's anything
it says
close up in images that you need to see, I will have blown them up, just so you know. Some of the letters I'm just not going to read through all of. I can give people links at the end, but anyway, continue.
Gotcha. So there's letters, there's handwriting, typing. The failed perimeter, very blurry, very scary looking.
Okay. So I will read some of this journal because it is the very first one. Also, if you notice, Clancy at the bottom is written out in a signature, and that handwriting is different than the handwriting on the side, which says west wall blocked, and underneath, can you tell what that says underneath?
East is up?
Yes.
Is that east is up?
Yes.
Okay.
So that has come back again. So
yeah,
each of these was also posted at the top. They have unique file names and have dates. So, okay. So this was posted on. Wait. Well, it was already there. Okay. And the file name was Clancy. It was posted on Josh's birthday.
Okay.
So some of what I'm going to be telling you, a lot of this is I'm going to be telling you what kind of things mean and had been found out as people were figuring it out. So a lot of this, like at the time, no one had any clue what was going on, but a lot of what I'm telling you is just stuff that is concurrent with the story. So as you can see, the handwriting on the side is different. So that's suspected to be Josh's handwriting. So Clancy and Josh are separate. When people first started,
I like Josh's handwriting.
I know. When people first started hearing about Clancy, they were able to make connections to Clancy Way in Columbus, Ohio, which is where older videos such as Goner and Truce were filmed.
Oh.
So now I'm going to like speed through some of this because this is the first thing that kind of we hear about a lot of things that no one really knows what they are. So it says, the perplexities of the DEMA horizon didn't occur to me until my 9th year. It was then that I began to contemplate the existential and decide what type of impression I wanted my life to make. Naturally, to fuel my hope, I looked out upon the distance of the land that had cultivated me, only this time with new awareness of the obstruction that my youthful ignorance had allowed me to overlook. Was it there the whole time? How had I not seen something so obvious? I am reminded of the moment daily as a realization directly collides with a unique hope for my own future. As a child, I looked upon DEMA with wonder. Today, I am wrought with frustration. As I spent each day squinting for a glimpse of the top of the looming wall that has kept us here, it was upon my 9th year that I learned that Dima wasn't my home. This village, after all of this time, was my trap. Before I became realized, I had deep affection for Dima. There was a wonderful structure to the city that put my cares to rest. Streets and locations are dependable, and the responsibilities of the day seem to be accomplished with minimal effort. Once a task was taught and understood, we delighted in our ability to complete our obligations timely and felt secure in knowing tomorrow's duties would be accomplished with the same efficiency. We all worked to represent our bishop with honor and knew that each inhabitant of our region had a like minded dedication to consistency. Keons, Keons, embodied the spirit of this dedication. Of Dima's 9 bishops, Keons was revered as unwavering and forthright, possessing the ability to achieve focus that was rare for most in our region. We all admired him and felt honored to be inhabitants of his region. While we had heard legend of the ruthlessness of other bishops, Keons possessed a stoic demeanor unlike anyone I had ever met, and we were all proud to serve Clancy. Okay, so I also Dima is Dema for everyone. I'm gonna keep moving so we can see the rest of the 5 that were posted to the site, and then I'll let you give me some ideas, okay?
Y'all, I don't know where Amelia went. But I guess I could chat for a little bit. But I don't know. I don't really have anything to say. I didn't have anything prepared for today. But I will say I mentioned my orange roses in the last video. These are them. They're kind of dying now, but these are them. Audrey gave me this little chick to put in it. Well, not for the flowers, but she got me this little chick. Isn't he cute? Super cute. You can't really see the vibrant orange color of these in the light that I'm in, but it's fine. And the reason we're bulking all these episodes is because I have a 3-week spring break, and so I'm going to Paris later today, or 3 in the morning. I'm leaving for Paris. It says Amelia's in here, guys, but unfortunately, I'm not seeing or hearing her. So we may have to call this recording quits and switch to a new session. Sorry the girl went too hard with her research. Sorry the girl loves 21 Pilots. Like, ugh. Riverside needs to be able to support our obsessions. We didn't have this issue with Larry. They play favorites. Well, I'm going to Paris, and then I'm going to Italy, and then I'm going to Germany, and then I'm going to Barcelona, Spain. So check out my YouTube if you want, because I do post little vlogs there, and I'm excited about where I'm going, and I'm excited to post them because I have a lot of fun making them. Well, I'm going to the Call Me by Your Name filming location, so I got my Call Me by Your Name-esque shirt. So it'll be awesome. I wonder how you guys are enjoying this episode so far, because I'm really invested now. We're only on slide 18 out of 82, but like I could tell there's gonna be some kind of, when artists start creating characters within their music, it's about to be good. Something's about to go down. Oh, Amelia texted me. I'm here, stay, end, and I'll start a new link. Okay, we're ending this one. We're starting a new link. Sorry, guys, we're working out the software, but we're back.
We are picking up right here.
We're back for real this time.
Okay. I can also see you if I do it this way, which is very nice. I just have to. Okay. Doesn't matter. We're back. Blah. Okay. So, 2 images. Remember, the first one was the Clancy letter, and then we got the failed perimeter escape, and now we have this picture of vultures, which is a real photo, but they're on top of a wall. And this picture on the right, the file name was self.jpg. Um, so those are two others, and again, I'll explain after I show you all five. This is the last one. Oh, shoot, hold on. This is the last one. Can you see that?
Yes.
Okay, so if you're not here, what we are looking at is a circular eye looking thing. Um,
It
what
reminds
do
me
let me know what are you seeing, Lucy?
it reminds me of those circular jails that you see a lot, where there's like a guard in the tower in the middle so they can see all the inmates, like those old jails. It looks to be like a layout. It like from far away it does look like an eye, like an eyeball, but it looks to be like some sort of plans, like a layout of a building.
Anything else you're noticing about this image?
I mean, there's writing that I can't really read closer to the on the axes, like on the up and down, north and south.
Okay. So under the map, the text caption says, "Get out, the compass lies. They don't control you. Get out, the compass lies. They don't control you. Get out, the compass lies. They don't control you. Get out, the compass lies. They don't control you." There are capitalized letters again, and it spells east is up again.
Okay.
So you said you didn't really notice anything too much about this image. What about now? I've zoomed in on the very center.
Okay, so I see the three circles from I mean the nine circles from Blurry Face in the center. Although they don't like it's just nine circles. It doesn't look like the same patterns, but
Okay.
um Glorious Vista. Vista. That's what it says. It
Okay.
also says limit at the top. Um I can't really read the writing.
We're going to get to
Or
that.
Oh, okay, okay, okay.
You don't need to read it right now. So I just wanted to zoom in and kind of show you the middle of the image. We're going to come back to this. But now that those were the first five images that were posted to the site.
Okay.
You have 30 seconds to a minute to tell me your thoughts
Um
or if you have any questions or anything.
it sounds like I don't know. It sounds like some sort of gated community or something. People telling you to get out. Um I think the photos stood out to me the most, like the vultures and the image of self, just cuz I don't know. That was more um I don't know, those stood out to me more. The letters, I don't know what to think. Clancy, did they mention Clancy mentioned in the letter that they were like a part of this community
Yes.
thing?
They kept talking about DEMA, DEMA.
Dima reminds me of the Dharma, the whole Dharma thing in Lost.
It's similar.
Um,
I was having my lost era when all of this cryptic stuff was
oh,
happening,
that's
so that
perfect.
just made yeah, it made it even more cool.
Yeah, it does
Okay,
remind
cool.
me a lot of Dharma, but seems
So,
very uh this is what One Direction was trying to do on their 10-year anniversary.
yes. So this image, the full map image, um, was captioned "Severing Ties."
Okay.
Also notice how there's a missing corner at the
Yeah,
top. Hold on,
the rip.
up there.
Yeah.
So now I'm gonna show you two images that correlate to what I just showed you that people found out later. Okay.
Okay.
So this one on the left is that picture of a boy, but it's the
Mhm.
full image. He's standing next to a man.
Okay.
This man is um his name is Andre Wheel. This is taken in 1955, and he was a member. This is real. He was a member of a mathematical group called Nicholas Bourbaki.
Okay.
None of the members in the group were named Nicholas Bourbaki. That was just the name of the group.
Okay.
Okay, That's all we know at this point in time.
So was this just like a f- an image free to the public
Yeah, like
that
it's a
people
real photo.
found, and they had
Yes.
just used that, but people found, okay, that's how people
Yes. So
found it.
people like ended up finding this full image.
Okay, gotcha.
The one on the right is the torn corner from the map.
Okay,
And it says Dima, Sacred Municipality of Dima, United Violist.
okay,
Violism is important. We'll come back to it. If you look at the compass on the right, notice how the E has a longer dash through it.
true. Yeah.
Okay. We're moving on. Now we're going to go back to the center of the circle that we talked about a little bit, okay?
Okay.
So, let me explain this.
Oh
So,
God.
yeah, I don't originally completely understand how they found out the correlation of the songs to the circles because there are more than 9 tracks on the album.
Okay.
But each circle has a correlation to one of the tracks.
Okay.
The 9 circles in the middle of the map represent, and remember what Clancy was talking about, the 9 bishops of Dima.
Okay.
And each one like has its own sanction. All right.
Okay.
Okay. Stay with me. This is crazy, okay? Like I'm telling you, this is the deepest lore ever. I don't know how they put all this together. So each name on the map corresponds to a bishop, and each bishop has a district in Dima. So when you reorder these to match up with the patterns that were listed, it shows you which bishop lines up with which track.
Okay.
So the bishop's names are Andre, Lisden, Keons, Nico, um, Rysdro, maybe, Sakarver, Nils, Vitomo, and Listo.
Okay.
When you reorder them, the songs to match up with them, Andre has Fairly Local, Lisden has Polarized, Keons has Heavy Dirty Soul. This is very significant. Nico has Stressed Out, also very significant. Um, Rysdro has Doubt. Sakarver has Tear in My Heart. Nils has Goner. Vitomo has Lane Boy. Love that song. And Listo has Ride. Okay.
Okay.
The next thing people found out is that if you take the track order going left to right on the actual cover, Heavy Dirty Soul is the first track on the album, Tear in My Heart is the fifth, etc. It
Okay.
gives you the violation code that they gave at the beginning that you had to put into the thing.
Wait, say that again. If you do what?
If you take the track order
Okay.
and put it in the order that's being shown on the cover, that the songs correlate with the blurry face
Oh, gotcha.
circles, it gives you the violation code.
Oh, so that might be how they figured out the circles.
Right. Then on the right here, this is something a fan put together. I don't know if this is completely like proven, but if you take the songs that each bishops are correlated to,
Mm-hmm.
there are lyrics that have, I mean, not words, but like separated words that if you cut them and put them together, it spells out their names. So
Gotcha.
Andre and Repeat Yesterday's Dance and then the RE of Repeat.
Mm-hmm.
Lisden is All I Feel Is Denial. Keon's is Choke on Smoke. Nico is When I Got Older, All My Fears Would Shrink. Rysdro's Temperatures Dropping. Sakarver, She's a Carver. Nils, Beaten Down, I'll Slip Away. Vitomo, Will They Be Alive Tomorrow? And Listo, List of People. Okay. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling like if this was all they had, it would be like a very far stretch. I'm just like, I am so blown away by people who can figure this stuff out because I couldn't. Like,
Also, this is real. Like this is the blurry face
yeah,
stuff. Like
this is the stuff that they made up. I'm like,
yes,
how did they expect anyone to find this out? And then how did anyone find this out? Like,
exactly. So
crazy.
on so yes, this was in April of 2018. Those first 5 dropped, and eventually people found out this out. I don't know when or how.
Okay.
Okay, and then in May 9th, 2018, we get a second Clancy journal.
How? The first one was in April?
Yes.
Okay.
So also the GIF on their website that led them to the that gave them the URL in the first place was removed. So at
Oh,
this
okay.
point, if you didn't know it, you could probably find it on Reddit, but like
Yeah,
you
true.
couldn't trace it back.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not going to read this whole thing. If you guys are really invested in this, I recommend you do. The dmainfo.org, like the full URL, that is still up and has all of these on it.
Oh, okay.
So I do recommend if you want to go look at that, you can. I'm not going to read everything. But so this was another journal from Clancy, and some of the letters were purposefully blanked out. So there are a lot of typos in this. So,
Okay.
for example, it'd say to refer to Dima as M, home has never felt accurate. Dima, T, me. So, for example, it would be Dima as my home. So that would be Y. And Dima to me, the O was omitted. So they pulled that.
Oh, okay.
And those blanked out letters spell out the message, are you still sleeping? Creepy, right? Okay.
Are you still
Now,
sleeping or you are still sleeping?
you are still sleeping. Sorry.
Okay.
So very creepy.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, still.
On May 31st of 2018, so like a week or two later,
Hmm.
they post this GIF of a cheetah running. So for those who can't see, Lucy, what are you seeing?
So there's a cheetah running, black and white, and then at the top, it cycles through these letters really, really fast.
Okay. So again, I don't know how people pulled this because I remember seeing this one way after the fact. Like the album had already been out, but I remember seeing this one and trying to get the letters. And I guess you just
Hmm.
have to slow it down. But I was like,
Yeah.
what? Whatever. Anyway, the full message says, you still don't know his real name, do you? But in between that message, and you can see this at the bottom of the slide, it says Nico, Nico. So
So the letters.
NICO is placed in between this message twice, too.
Okay, gotcha. How did anyone figure this out?
I
I'm
don't know.
so confused. But
But
that's impressive.
where have we heard Nico?
He's one of the bishops, right? Or
Yes. And
okay.
his corresponding song is Blurry Face.
Okay. Wait.
Okay. We're moving on.
No. Wait, can I look at this for a second longer?
Yeah.
UN still I. Oh, gotcha.
You see it now?
UN still I don't. Okay, yep,
Right.
I
So
got
you
it.
still don't know his real name, do you? And it says Nico, Nico in between. This is one that's hard to understand by explaining it. Just trust us, guys.
It's
Okay.
just like the message
Next.
spells out you still don't know his real name, do you? And the message also spells out Nico. That's all you need to know.
Okay. This. Okay. Bear with me while I try to explain this one.
Okay.
So this was published in June 29th. So like about a month after that last one.
Okay.
And also these posts all correlate with like um relevant dates or anniversaries or appearances that the boys had.
Okay.
So these all correlate with things. It could be birthdays. There was like vessel release date on there, hiatus start date. This was like Josh did a speech and then this was posted. So I'm not going to read all those, but there are correlations.
Okay.
Okay, so this photo was posted. It had the caption, "Not my only friend,"
Mhm.
and it helped us find a new violation code to take us to a new website. So the file name 2018 underscore 514 underscore 3 underscore 8 translates to trench if you put the letters to
The
like
alphabet.
if you just go 1 to 26 of the alphabet, it spells out trench, which we later find out is the album name. No one knows this at that
Okay.
point. When you put this into the URL in that blank space that we saw at the beginning instead of the first one, they got a new link. And the link had an 8-second audio file of a distorted voice saying something that sounds like, "So did they obey or bury or buy you?" No one's sure which one. people really heavily edited it, and at some point you could hear it was Tyler's voice. Um, After the update on July 1st, so this was a couple days after, they revealed that reverse the audio clip says "We are banditos." So no one really knows what that means yet.
Okay.
And also that audio clip is used in one of the songs later,
Gotcha.
which I'll talk to you about. Thoughts?
I like the file name thing. The
Yeah,
trench
isn't that
thing.
cool?
That's cool. I do think like it's really cool that they've got that one URL
Mm-hmm.
and you keep putting numbers into it and it'll take you to different places. Um the like 8-second clip is like just giving me flashbacks to Harry's house cuz
Yeah.
everyone was like,
There are
"OMG,
some,
what is this?"
there are like, these were all very real and very purposeful, and I'll show you some later on. But some of them are just not relevant. But I will show you some of the like really cryptic
Yeah.
recordings and things. Um, Anything else you noticed about this photo?
It reminds me of the pigeons on
The pigeon.
the vultures on
Okay,
the other one, but this one looks like real people.
good. Okay, you're making the connections I want to make. Yes, it looks just like the vultures. That was on purpose. Okay, July 1st, a third journal is added. That's when they switched out the recording. So when you reversed it, it said "We are banditos," and we got a couple different things as well as the journal. Uh, Warning for the next slide.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this just says the file name is I, just the letter I.
Okay.
It's nothing scary, you guys. It's just a vulture turning his head.
Yeah, and you
Um,
can it just kind of like it's very focused on his eye, the
right.
vulture's
It's
eye.
jump scary if you're not prepared for it. So the GIF shows the vulture blinking, turning his head. Something's calling its attention. No one really knows what's going on here. It's just there.
Okay. They
Then
love
we get,
gifs.
yes, they really do. Then we get this Clancy letter on the left,
Okay.
which it looks like little strips of paper cut out and reordered. And on the right, you'll see this image of yellow tape.
Okay.
There are also, it's really hard to see, but there are little numbers in yellow next to the tape.
Yeah, I do see that.
Okay, so I will read this one, a little bit of it, because it is significant. I'm just gonna speed. This is gonna be a really long episode, but that's okay. A lifeless light surrounds us each night. Never could I imagine that something so luminous could feel so dark. It's this glow that reminds us of the dreamless existence we've been sentenced to. But what I call a sentence, others accept as normalcy. How did they so efficiently eradicate the dreams within us when the bishops in Okay. When the bishops instituted vialism as mandate, they effectively reversed the hope that many arrived with. Am I the only one who realizes that we've been lied to? Am I the only one not afraid of the notion that the nine have hijacked our trust and extinguished our hope that once motivated our existence? We used to close our eyes and picture a better life. Now the city is full of dry eyes caught in a trance of obedience, devoid of any trace of an identity. The only significant light I've seen has been in the eyes of those smeared. This is important. Such a curious sight to see bright eyes strangled by the darkness of bishop hands. As their penance fades, so dims their memory of something more. My hope of something more is all I have in this rigid tomb, and I will not let it die. Okay. Keep in mind vialism. Keep in mind smearing. But I'm not
Okay.
going to talk about it yet. So people found that when you take the yellow tape and put it over this, I don't know why it highlighted half of the image. It's just when I copy pasted it.
Okay.
But when you put the yellow image over that, it highlighted certain letters and spelled out "We are banditos."
Okay.
Okay, moving on.
Banditos.
Then we get this photo. It was on the vessel GIF was added back at this point on July 3rd. So they randomly added it back.
Okay.
This document I'm reading off, whoever made this like really documented every single little thing that happened. And I would not have been able to do this without them because do you know how hard it was to find like I'm gonna source hop in a little bit too because there's nothing that has it like start to finish.
Yeah.
So July 5th, they add this file. It's just pretty much a picture of a horizon. It says out. So it's later revealed that this is the silhouette of Dima, and the file name implies that this is Clancy finally looking back at Dima after they've escaped.
Okay.
Moving on. Also on July 5th, we get another Clancy letter with some weird dots and lines and things. So the left is the original. I don't really know how to explain this one. It's not too important. But if you pair up the white squares in a way, it spells out wake up. So
Okay.
the one on the right is just what people figured out. I'm just skimming this. In this letter, he talks about the annual assemblage of glorified. We have no contact, other side, breach location. Willing to risk being smeared in order to find it. They know that we must go lower and wait for the torches. They've never seen anything quite like this. They don't control us, blah, 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 blah. Okay, this is cool. So we have another GIF. GIF. I don't care. I'm saying GIF. They have another GIF. The file name is They Can't See FCE 300.
Okay.
So, Lucy, tell everyone what this GIF is showing you.
It looks to be like a torch lighting up a tunnely, viney area.
Okay. Remember, in the past letter, he talked about taking their torches below.
Yeah.
So, the GIF comes back later. It's in a video, I think. Not significant now. But the file name, They Can't See FCE 300. FCE 300 is the hexadecimal code for a specific shade of yellow.
Oh God.
So the file name, along with the previous journal, suggests that the bishops or the watchers are unable to see this color yellow.
Okay.
How insane is that?
That's
Okay. Like,
crazy.
I'm just going to geek out about this half the time too, because the lengths they go to, it's like, it's just so good. It's so detailed. It's impossible to not, like, if you're someone like me, I love codes. I love secret things. I love, like, solving mysteries.
Yeah,
I mean, you know me, Lucy. Is this not, like, the most me thing ever?
it
Like,
really is.
I,
That is
I
crazy.
absolutely love this stuff.
FCE 300.
Right.
You and they can see
Um,
yellow. Honestly, they're not
yeah.
missing much.
Yeah, so the bishops can't see it. And we'll see the yellow color come up a ton later. But okay. So now we're on July 8th. Oh, wait. Pause. Oh, okay, this is important. So on July 6th, which is the day after the journal entry that said by morning everything will be different, the band sent an email to fans who had subscribed to their newsletter. It was a gif of a slightly opened eye. Um, so that was July 6th. You couldn't really tell anything. You could tell it's a vulture eye. And then they returned on July 9th with a video of a more open yellow eye. And then billboards and murals and things had the new logo. They were put up overnight in cities around the world. I do remember this happening. It was really cool. And then the next day, they posted another video of the eye. It was more open than before, and it had a muffled version of the intro to Jumpsuit. And
Okay.
then the song, as well as a second single, Nico and the Niners, was released. I don't know why it cut that text off. So we have two songs. We have Jumpsuit and we have Nico and the Niners.
Okay.
Do you have anything thus far that you would
I
like
don't
to
think
add?
so. I'm
Okay.
I'm I'm chilling.
Okay, cool. Are you hanging in there?
I am. Do you think I could go to the restroom real quick?
Yeah.
Okay.
I hope you guys are enjoying this. Um I'm not crazy. I really like this kind of stuff. I think it's really cool. And there's so much here. And Little Amelia, like, I discovered all this lore after the album already dropped, and I already really liked the album. So then to find out the lore just made me love it even more. Like, I just got more invested. I think I hear Lucy.
I'm back.
I'm just chatting to the people. Okay,
Awesome.
so here we go. So we have two singles. Okay. All right. Now, on July 8th, okay, this was the day before the singles then. Stay with me. I'm sorry. It's so
I'm
hard to
with you.
order this.
I'm here.
Okay, this was the day before the singles dropped. On the left, you see a very blurry, like you can't tell what it is. It's clearly an inverted image. And on the right, there's a handwritten note from Clancy. Keep in mind, we've only been getting typed letters with the signature.
True.
This is a
Okay.
fully handwritten note. Um, Also, this note is written on the back of the image on the left.
Okay.
So if you flipped that image, like a postcard kind of.
Yeah.
Makes sense? So this is
Yes.
one document, but it was uploaded like this, obviously. Okay. Okay. I will skim a little bit of this. I've made it out. I feel weightless. I know that place had always held me down, but for the first time, I can feel the beauty that I had hoped for. It's been 3 nights now, and my breathing has changed. It's slower and more full. It's like the air out here is actually worth taking in. So this seemingly is Clancy after he escapes, right? And then he says they are asleep. They're so sure that they know the truth and carry on throughout their day, blah, 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 blah. This isn't about there, it's about out here. This new world surrounds me. Okay. Trench is quite precarious at times, and it's easy to grow weary, but it's real and it's true. And I'd much rather endure reality than to mindlessly be obedient to the life that someone else created for me. Okay. And then he says, I am out here and I'm very alive. I am sometimes scared, but always discovering something new, and I will not stop. Cover me. Clancy.
Cover
So,
me.
the other thing, too, this image on the left here, the file name is 212, and this hints to a future change in the band's logo. They go
Okay.
from one line dash slanted line to 2 lines dash 2 slanted lines.
Okay.
So, that was just a cool little tidbit. And then this
Sorry,
is the inverted.
I'm having Nathaniel bring me a snack because I'm
That's okay. I'm sorry. You
hungry.
guys, I'm starving Lucy.
Guys,
We're
she's
gonna be
holding
here
me.
for we're gonna be here for hours. No, I'm
We
just
have
kidding.
been here for hours, girl.
Okay, well, keep in mind this clip, the last clip took a while because we had a lot of technical
True,
difficulties. This
true, true,
clip,
true.
we're only at 30 minutes and we're on slide 29.
Out of
We're making our
82.
way through.
Okay,
We're
we're
making
doing
our
pretty
way through.
good. We're doing pretty good.
Okay. Did you get your snack? Are you good?
Yes, I wish I could mute myself.
You can.
It says, oh,
I
you
think you
can.
You good? Yep, you're muted. Okay. Hop back in if you have to jump in. Also remember, I can't totally see you when I'm on the other page.
Okay, I just um, I didn't want another chewing situation to
No, I
happen.
understand. It's totally okay. That's what I did for the Larry episode. I don't know if you guys saw, I was eating that whole time.
I didn't see.
I was eating dried mango and trail mix.
Okay, we're switching to 2 lines.
Yes. Okay. And we'll see this later. Okay. And then the photo on the left that I'm showing you right now is the exact same photo that I just showed you, but they inverted it so it looks like an actual picture, right? You can see this body down at the bottom. Can you see like someone laying down in the water? It's hard to see. This is later revealed to be Tyler in the jumpsuit music video, which kind of shows us that Tyler and Clancy are one and the same.
Okay, so Tyler Clancy and Blurryface are all the same.
Not necessarily. Remember,
Okay, so
Blurryface is a separate entity, but it's represented as it's a personification of Tyler's insecurities.
gotcha. But Clancy and
Okay.
Tyler may be the same.
Clancy and Tyler, we think, are the same. Now, okay. Then they drop Jumpsuit and Nico and the Niners, 2 singles, but they also give us the Jumpsuit music video. For copyright reasons, I am going to turn the sound off and I'm not going to show you the whole thing, but I did want to just scroll through and show you some of the images because everything we know up to here starts to be kind of shown in this video. Okay. Also, it's very small, but you can see the logo down here with the 2 lines. There are some logos here, and we'll get to that. Okay. Can you see this? You're not saying anything, so I'm assuming yes.
Yes.
Okay.
But here's the thing.
So,
I've seen this music video before.
you have?
Yeah, my cousin showed it to me once.
Okay. Well, the captions are helpful too. He said you've been asleep the whole time to wake up, and the car catches on fire. Okay. That is so important, and we'll get to that later. The car
Okay.
is important.
Okay.
There is Tyler or Clancy in the uh, body of water. He has the yellow tape on his jacket. That is the color yellow.
Okay.
Look, he's in this like beautiful, glorious ravine. This is Trench. He's escaped the city of Dima and he's in Trench, which is the surrounding land. Now
Okay.
you see someone in a red hood on a horse. This
Gotcha.
is a bishop.
Okay.
Okay. So,
Nico?
with the videos and the releases, they are really showing what's happening right now. And I really wish I could play the audio. So, the other really cool thing that I love, this is a fun Emilia fact, you guys. You guys know I love Iceland.
Mm-hmm.
This video was shot in Iceland, in Reykjavik, and a lot of Trench and the like, not the city, but like the outskirts, Trench is like the continent, is like based on Iceland, which is really cool.
Wow. That is
So
cool.
now you can see Tyler slash Clancy looking up. You see all the people. That's the image of the We Are Banditos image.
Yeah.
Um. Okay, this is music video stuff. Car, fire, more banditos, more bishops. They're coming for him now. You're seeing when I skip ahead, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. This is important. Notice how the
Okay,
bishop's face,
Star Wars ass face paint.
okay. Notice how the bottom half of his face is black. And he's taking his hands and he smears Tyler's neck and it becomes black too.
Okay, for reference for the audio listeners, his fingertips were black, and he like
Yes.
swiped them across the neck, and which is what he did in his shows,
Yes, exactly, with blurry
which
face.
represented blurry face. Okay, gotcha, gotcha.
Right. So, also remember Clancy talks about smearing, which is a way of bishops to take control of the subjects of Dima. So notice he smeared Tyler slash Clancy, and now Tyler slash Clancy is following the bishop. So it's representative of them controlling him. Also, keep in mind, okay, so now they're throwing yellow trench petals down. Remember, the bishop can't see the yellow, but Tyler Clancy can, and the petals kind of wake him up, and he does it. He stops following the bishop. Okay. This will make sense later. If you're confused, that's okay. Looking through, there's not too much more. You get one last, that is Josh. So we are shown that Josh is also in this world and he is a bandito. And then at the end it's over, you see the car on fire. Um okay. And he puts his jacket with the FC 300 yellow tape on it.
Okay.
And that is it. Okay. Crazy freaking stuff, right?
Yeah.
So oh, I was going to say something. I can't remember. It's okay. But keep in mind, we have the smearing. We have the image of the bishop now, one of them. I forget which one this is supposedly. It's either Keon's or Nico. Keon's was the bishop that ruled Clancy's district. Um, this comes out later, but Nico is like the leader of the bishops. I think this could have been Nico in the video trying to go get Clancy back
Yeah.
because the connection is eventually made that Nico is blurry face.
Yeah. Saw that one coming.
So, yeah. So, blurry face is more than just like blurry face era.
Yeah.
It is blurry face is one of the bishops. And the significance of the black paint around the neck and the hands and this idea of snatching creativity. This whole storyline is just symbolic of mental illness and insecurity and doubt. How did they go this deep with it? Like, how did they
Yeah,
take
that's
that
cray.
and turn it into this? It's really insane. Okay. So that dropped the same day they announced the 2 singles, which also came out. Hold on. Next slide. Okay. Then 1 week after the release of the jumpsuit music video, we get another handwritten Clancy letter. It's from Clancy's perspective. Okay, wait. Clancy is different than Tyler. Okay. Crap. Sorry, guys. Okay, I forgot. This is so confusing. I still don't even fully understand it. So that was Tyler. Clancy was up above watching. But Clancy and Josh are different people. Keep that in mind too. Okay, so Clancy was watching Tyler get smeared. And Tyler got taken, but Clancy ran away. Okay. Am I being super confusing? Sorry, you're eating. Don't answer.
I'm
Okay.
following. My thing is, didn't Tyler get away at the end? Or no?
I think he did,
Okay.
but he didn't go with the other banditos.
No, yeah, he went on his own.
Right. So the description of this letter confirms to everyone that Clancy is not Tyler or Josh.
Gotcha.
And Clancy had never seen the banditos before, who were these guys. All the
And
guys
Josh
on the
is a
cliff.
bandito.
Yes. With this color yellow that the bishops can't see. Okay. I'm not gonna read the whole letter, but it's like a novel at this point. Like he's just explaining what he saw. I don't know who
Yeah.
was writing this shit, but crazy. So good. Okay. Okay. So once the first 2 singles were released in the music video, on July 25th, a music video for Nico and the Niners was released. And there was okay. So this was a 3-part music video series talking about the fictional city of Dima. But both of these next 2 videos, all of them actually, have references to Heavy Dirty Soul, the music video, which I'm going to show you a little bit of. Okay, so we have Jumpsuit music video, Nico and the Niners music video, and then Levitate was leaked and then removed. And then they released a song the next day as the 3rd single with a Levitate music video, which concluded the trilogy. Following. Cool. Okay. This is the Heavy Dirty Soul video, and I just wanted to show a little bit of it to give some insight into like
I've
how it
seen this
connects.
one too.
Okay. I just want to show you kind of how this one connects. So he's driving in a car, right? Josh is in the road. Don't know.
We're gonna talk
Whatever.
about that hair color.
Oh, for real? Were they teasing it? I don't know. This was like Blurryface era. Like it's unknown whether they knew what they were going to do with the lore or if they just created the lore around what they had already done.
Yeah.
Also,
Either way, it could work.
keep in mind you never see the face of the driver in this car.
Okay.
So it's suspected that the driver could be Keon's driving Tyler to Dima.
Okay.
So now things are on fire, the car's falling apart. Go further. The song is a bop, but we don't need to talk about that. Josh is just in the road drumming, doing his thing. Okay. Now Tyler's out of the car. Sorry, I'm waiting for it to load. We really are like almost breaking my computer with this. Okay. Now Tyler's out dancing with Josh in the street, drum set's on fire. Car is on fire. Where do we just see that?
The
Jumpsuit
other
music
music
video.
video.
Also, remember first album song title, A Car, a Torch, a Death.
True.
No one knows if that was intentional. No one's like completely sure. So after the song ends, we go back to Tyler in the car. So he was imagining all of that.
Oh,
Like the
okay.
car fire and everything never really happened. So people are thinking he's been being taken to Dima.
Okay.
Okay. Come on. Next slide, please. Okay. Now, Nico and the Niners. And again, these are the only music videos I'm gonna watch. Whoa, that's loud. Okay. So notice how we're back in trench again. Um, we get shown some images. So this is going from trench, going in on Dima. So Lucy, you can tell people what you see if you want, but I'll just go.
Gotcha.
It's the map. You see the circle
Yeah,
and the
it's
districts.
it is the districts. Yeah.
Right. Okay. So there's Wiltshire on the wall. You are seeing Tyler in Dima
And he's
in a
got a
home.
yellow flower in his
Yes.
hands.
Also, the colored vials are significant. Like neon lights come back a lot.
Okay.
They're also showing you can see like a church like situation happening and the bishops coming through.
Yeah.
The statue of the guy with his hands in the air looking up, that's just kind of like their religious whatever. And remember, vialism is really important, and those glowing things are representative of vials. I
Okay.
won't talk about that more, but it's like the religion that the banditos enforce, and we'll get back to that. So you get the idea, right? Banditos are
Yeah.
escaping underground. Bishops are
Yeah.
doing their thing. The music video is basically there's a vial. It basically just gives us some insight into like the world they were creating.
Yeah.
So I'll show a little bit of levitate too, just to finish off the trilogy. Okay, so we're back in trench. They escaped. We got some banditos. Tyler's there, so this was later. The timeline bounces around a lot. Okay, so banditos are celebrating, but Tyler is getting his hair shaved.
Okay.
He is joining the banditos. So this is when he joins them. There's a lot of vultures. Sorry, I'm just kind of talking as we go through. Okay, this is important. Tyler gets captured and taken back to Dima.
Okay.
Do you notice that?
Yeah, by the neck.
He got snatched by the neck.
They've
So,
always got that damn drum set in the music videos.
well, he plays drums. That's like
I
his
know.
thing.
It's just funny.
Um, so yes, Tyler, it's unsure if he's literally being taken back or if his mind is just being controlled by the bishops and he's like symbolically being dragged back to Dima. Okay, that's that. Moving on. Then, in October of 2018, we get Trench, the full album.
Gotcha. I've
I'm gonna
never seen
breathe.
this album cover.
I'm gonna breathe. Trench is my favorite album out of all of them. It is so
Okay.
good, so lore heavy. Really love it. Morph is an incredible song. All of the songs are lore related, but also like you could take them out and they don't have to be lore related, which is kind of cool. Um, Jumpsuit Levitate we saw. Morph I like a lot. It's this idea of like kind of staying hidden, blended in undercover. And he has this line called it goes, he's always trying to stop me, that Nicholas Bourbaki. He's got no friends close, but those who know him most know he goes by Nico. He told me I'm a copy.
Oh.
So, Nico, full name Nicholas Bourbaki. Also, we have this reference to a real historical mathematical group called Nicholas Bourbaki.
Okay.
That's
Gotcha.
kind of cool. My Blood Great Song, Chlorine we'll get into later. Smithereens Neon Gravestones is about how we should not unalive. Um, Someone posted on Reddit, I will never forget this image. It was a tweet or Reddit of someone saying they get down and dirty with their partner to neon gravestones, and that is so wrong to me in my mind.
It's so
It
crazy.
is so wrong. Also, again, the neon lights. Also, at the end of like some of this craziness, I'm gonna give you a full recap and I'll explain like some of the terms and things that I may be
Okay.
leaving out now. So we'll talk about neon gravestones. It's basically the gravestones of those who have unalived, which is vialism is the
Unalive
same as
themselves.
yes.
Okay, gotcha.
Vialism.
I was a little bit confused because I was like, that just means dead. But
Right. Okay, no, I'm sorry. I don't want to say the word. Um Vialism is symbolic of unaliving yourself in a lot of ways.
died
Like
by
once you
suicide.
complete vialism, yes, you kill yourself. Um like that's how you can whatever. It's the religion, whatever. And the people
Oh,
who
so it's very twin flame cult. Have you ever heard about the
yes.
twin flame? Okay.
Yes. So it's very yeah, okay. Moving on. Nico and the Niners, obviously Nico and the Nine Bishops. Um that song's great. It has that audio clip, the reversed one they talked about. Um Cut My Lip, Bandito, obviously about being a bandito. There's a lyric in that song that goes Salu Folina, and that's a bandito phrase. That's just kind of how they call out to each other. Um, Pet Cheetah. The cheetahs have significance. We'll talk about it. Otherwise, it's kind of just like a weirdly fun song. He goes, I have a pet cheetah down in my basement. I've raised him and trained him and named him Jason Statham. So he named his cheetah Jason Statham,
Okay.
which is interesting. Actor.
Hmm.
Don't know why. Okay. Legend is about Tyler's grandfather. It is a really, really good, really sweet song. And then Leave the City obviously is about leaving Dima. Cool. Okay. I'm trying to figure out where I am.
2018.
Okay. Let me go back to my notes really quickly. Okay. We're in 2018. Trench is released. Track list, songs. Okay. Nothing really happens on the website for a little bit. Okay. Nothing really happens on the website for a little bit. Um yes, okay. Also, this is the new logo.
Okay. I've seen that.
Um yep, so it's the
It's
color
crazy. I've
of the
seen
line.
that logo, but I have never seen the Trench album cover before.
A lot of people hate it. I think it's kind of cool. I mean, it's
Oh,
just a
people don't.
vulture.
Oh, do people like the album?
Yeah, a lot of people wouldn't say it's their favorite because a lot of people were fans during Vessel and Blurryface.
Yeah,
Um
but it's your favorite?
yes, and I think a lot of it is just because of the lore.
Yeah.
Like with a story this deep, like I just got so deep into everything that was happening and
I
it
do
became
love
obsessed.
a concept album.
I do too. I really do too.
I
Okay.
want to do
I'm
Kate Bush so bad.
okay. So, couple more things before we come to a little bit of a break.
Okay.
Chlorine music video drops in January. Wait, I need to go to my other document. I'm sorry. Okay. 2 secs, guys. Sorry. Okay. Okay. January 22nd, 2019, a day after my birthday. Chlorine music video drops. I do remember this happening. Um, and a new journal is added to the website. First, I'm going to show you the Chlorine music video. Um, it introduces a kind of silly new character. So, we see a suburban city and a dirty pool, and essentially they're cleaning pools the whole time.
Okay.
There is reference to a car. And now there's like blurry vision. Also, notice the yellow tape on his headphones.
Hmm.
I did not really look into much about this video just because I feel like that is going in too deep for what we're trying to do right now. But I did want to show a little bit because we are introduced to a new character. Lucy, you're going to laugh. I did too. This is our new character.
Oh my god, what is that?
So this is Ned.
Okay, Ned.
Ned
He's
stands
cray cray.
for neurological expansion device,
Okay.
and they are creatures. They're called the Neds. They're creatures in Dima and Trench.
Gotcha.
So this introduced us to Ned, goofy
Looks
looking
like they got
guy.
Fortnite chug jugs on the back of their truck.
No, literally. Ned's just a goofy guy.
Okay.
Okay, so this was there was a letter that was posted with it on the same day. The file name references the scientific properties of chlorine, which is pretty cool. Underneath the image, there's a little, I don't know what you would call it, less than sign. Um, Tyler eventually created an ad emoji, so people are thinking like maybe that was coming for there and there's going to be more, whatever.
Mhm.
The journal has some letters doubled beneath it that say "so deepened by you," which references the "We Are Banditos" audio and how it was said forward to achieve the phrase backward.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Um, okay, cool. Um, and then if you update correct grammar, you can take the changes and it spells Ned, which is the character. And then this happens. Nothing gets posted to the site. Keep in mind, we're in January of 2019. Site, nothing is happening.
Okay.
They've kind of disappeared a little bit.
Do they have an album after Trench?
They do.
Okay.
So that was kind of part one.
Ooh.
So I'm going to say, Lucy, how would you feel if in editing, if we decide we want to do 2 episodes and stop here, I can edit it so I jump back on and just say, like, this was part one, we'll wrap it up. But are you okay if we film the rest now, just so we have it
Yeah.
all?
Yeah, let's
Okay.
go for it.
Because I think, honestly, maybe we could do 2 full videos.
Yeah, I'm thinking
Um,
we do it all right now, but then we just cut it into 2 videos.
right. Okay. If you're okay with that, that works.
Yeah, I totally am.
So I will probably leave this part in two before we switch to part two. So
Do we wanna
the
say
DM,
goodbye to the part oneers now?
that was part one.
Guys,
I know you
part oneers,
guys,
see you next week for part freaking 2.
I know you guys probably have so many questions, and a lot of like what I was explaining doesn't make a lot of sense.
Amelia, I
Obviously,
think you're making more sense than you think you are. Like, I'm
okay.
completely following.
Okay,
And
I feel like I'm messing things up just because things are revealed so cryptically and so in different places and like so disorganized.
no, I'm totally on the same page with you, and I think you're doing a great job.
Okay,
But
awesome.
I think we should make them wait, like, a week
I
for
think
part
we
2.
should.
It'd be
So we're gonna
fun.
make you guys wait. But all right, we got the city of Dima in the continent of Trench. We have Tyler, Josh, Clancy. We now have Ned. We have an album. We have Banditos. We have Bishops. We have Secret Stuff. We have Blurry Face. We have Nico. We have Keons. Don't really know what's going on. We have Vialism. We have neon gravestones and lights. And the color yellow. And also notice how the bishops wear red.
Did I was there, like, a specific thing that we found out about vialism, like, how they figured out what that
Not
was?
yet.
Okay, but they
I'm
will.
gonna in the part two, I'm
Okay,
gonna do a little recap, which I'm gonna do right now for you. So we'll get there. But you guys will find out in part two.
okay,
Haha.
gotcha.
Um also smearing. I don't think there's anything else. I just want
Okay,
to make sure the key points got through. Love you
cool.
guys.
Love you
Please
guys.
drop a
See you next
comment.
week.
Let me know what you think. Bye bye.
Kisses.